Guys, this is kind of breaking. Just came out. The Congress has been acting really strange, especially when it comes to Matt Gaetz. It's like they're really trying hard to keep this guy from having any sort of power. But what they failed to remember is he was elected back into 119th Congress. And what the deal is it has to do with the ethics committee. Technically, they're not allowed to release stuff on a private citizen, and so what Matt Gaetz is facing is the fact that as he was young, he partied. He didn't do anything really wrong, but they're just trying their best to smear this guy as much as possible. And so a group of people got together and said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to not release it, but we're going to leak it out to make it look like, well, we didn't release it, but it got leaked out. Anyways, he said, well, I've been reelected in the 119th Congress, which means I can go back and I can release all of the Me Too payments, if you will. Say, for instance, like if, there's a whole, people don't, I don't know if you know this or not, but our taxpayer money is actually funded or used to fund payouts for all these dirty congressmen, have to assume some sort of XYYX. Anyhow, our tax dollars are there's a certain amount of that money set aside so that when somebody makes some kind of flexual claim against a congressperson, they go and dip in that fund, and they've either paid legal fees or they have somebody sign an NDA. They got mad at Trump because there was a thing about that. Whether or not the claims were legitimate from Stormy Daniels or not, well, apparently that never happened. They go, well, Trump's using NDAs. He's such a dirty, dirty man. Well, excuse me, guys, but so what I'm getting at is Matt Gaetz says, I will go back into the 119th Congress, which I am been elected and I can be sworn in, and I'll release all of the names of everybody who has dipped into this fund and why, and just, in other words, you don't want none of this. I'm going to put it all out there. And there's going to be names of people that will be very, very provocative. Although that a lot of the people on the left are very shameless, they still don't want a lot of this to come out because it makes them look like hypocrites. And because of the fact of independent media, like what I'm doing right here, and the engagement I get from you guys, it goes a lot further than they want it to because they're not protected by mainstream media anymore. That doesn't matter because nobody watches them. So if it gets out, we'll read the list. We'll go by, we'll do the list. And then you guys will share it, and then it'll go everywhere. And next thing you know, bada bing, bada boom. But I'll just flip over to the article real quick, and we'll just thumb through it so you can see what I'm talking about, that I'm not joshing you, pulling your leg. And I'll be right back. Right here. See, it says it right here. Former Congressman Matt Gaetz threatened to rejoin Congress, expose lawmakers for the Me Too settlements being paid out using taxpayer funds, and then resign from Congress. By the way, he'll go back into this doing this OANN thing. I'll be in there for like a couple of days. I'll screw everybody up and then I'll leave. That's what he says. This is Matt Gaetz floated the idea after the House Ethics Committee secretly voted to release a damning lawfare report on him. Gaetz resigned from Congress last month after President Trump nominated him as U.S. Attorney. And they just fear that he might be appointed or something, because we can just do that now without a vote because they did it, or not without a congressional vote because they did people like Jack Smith like that, and the Democrats did. So that gives us the ability to do whatever now since they set precedent for us. So they're like, we don't want this guy touching anything. So anyways, Matt Gaetz threatened to air out his colleagues' dirty laundry and expose Me Too settlement, paid public funds after the House Ethics Committee panel reversed it. You can see this. He says, okay, Gaetz resigned from the 118th Congress, but he was elected to the 119th Congress, so he said he could get sworn in and do some damage, then resign. Show up, he says, this is my plan right here, and I'm going to try to get it in camera shot. Show up 1/3/2025 to Congress, participate in speaker election, get Mike Johnson out of there, I guess, was elected under 19th Congress after all, take the oath, file a privileged motion to expose every Me Too settlement paid using public funds, even former members, resign and then start my OANN program at 9 p.m. Eastern on January 6th. So anyways, yep. Quite an epic moment in time to be involved in politics and media. Things are going to get really heated. That that bill, that CR bill that's supposed to be the really crappy spending bill, it's been tossed to the side. Trump's not even in office yet, and already there's things happening in a good way. I mean, I don't know. We don't know exactly how well this is going to go, but it's seeing a meme earlier that says, well, it can't get any worse, so let's see what Trump can do. And, hopefully just the fact that that the people move in a direction, you've got so many people behind him, it gives and at least Congress people want to be liked. And we're watching that in real time. So I think that we're going to see a big difference and a quick turnaround for America, which is what will happen in 2028. That's going to be the question, because Gavin Newsom is lurking around the corner. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of the evening. And I'm out.